All right, in the finals, and we've got a keeper. It's a fine hand. Looks like we're playing against another blue player, though, so that will be a little more difficult. I can't imagine that he has too many counterspells, though, as our last opponent had all of them. Was this Jace? Oh, Thassa? Okay. Make a Vampire Nighthawk. Can't do anything about Thassa. I can overpower Thassa. I can kill the other creature so that Thassa doesn't become a creature, but I can't actually deal with Thassa herself, which is a little annoying. He bottomed that last card. And Nighthawk's not really doing much. Glen Elendra Archmage. That's a good one. We will be taking that Glen Elendra Archmage down a notch, I believe. Maybe it's just demon time. Yeah, let's just play demon. Don't think this guy's going to be incredibly great against a demon. I mean, maybe he plays a planeswalker with a bunch of tokens and kind of takes care of business. It's definitely possible. But if he's a little bit light on creatures like some of these control decks can be, then the demon can be pretty good. So I think he's going to Wrath. I mean, what in the world is he doing chump blocking if he's not going to Wrath, right? No, I think I'd rather just ship here. The other option is to play Grey Merchant. Which I actually kind of like. Yeah, I actually like just playing Grey Merchant now that I think about it. Because this forces a counter, which means he doesn't get to counter these things. So that's kind of nice. And then, because if he Wraths, like, his choice is awkward. Like, let's say he has Wrath in his hand. If he goes, let this resolve, take 6, Wrath, that's kind of unlucky. That's kind of lame. So if he goes Essence Scatter to prevent the 6 drain and then Wrath, that's also kind of awkward for him. So I like this. Ooh, Muldrifter. It's a good one. It won't perform particularly well here, though, because I'm going to Murderous Redcap this one, and then battle. Oh, Skinrender. Actually, I'll probably cast that instead. Okay. You got to trade. I'm going to go ahead and play this because if he does Wrath, I still get value. And it lets me use up some mana for the turn 2 and put up lethal, which I enjoy. Still digging. Not sure what he's looking for. I mean, he's played sweet stuff. Glen Elendra Archmage, Muldrifter. He's countered my guy. Thassa's just okay. So what's the big payoff here? Maybe like, it's Elspeth. Okay, that's a good payoff. We can sack a token kind of indefinitely here, but we can actually get him pretty good. Ooh, Reanimate Moldrifter? No, Reanimate Grey Merchant. Bang. All right, so he's got Elspeth. Do we care? Not so much. I don't think I want to bring in my other removal against him. No. Edict seemed fine. Not great, but okay. Maybe a Night Howler. I mean, I'm still waiting for the Wrath to come. He apparently didn't have one. But we played, reasonably around it, I think. Oh, this looks nice. Jeez. These are all must counters. We can do some just disgusting things with his draw. Just depends on if he gets a little aggro and wants to play a Thassa or something, or if he doesn't. But like I said, these are all basically must counters. He can't let me have Arena or Liliana for multiple turns or he loses. Or at least we get a huge advantage. I guess he loses is a little hyperbolic. But you know what I mean. Those are major issues for him. Riptide Lab, huh? Trying to go off. The oldest man of the oldest sea. Okay. So we get to resolve something here. Probably just want to go Liliana downwards, I think. And that gets Old Man of the Sea off the battlefield. And leaves us with Liliana. So it kind of, I think it's the best of both there because if we just play Arena, then he gets to like untap with Old Man of the Sea, which might be annoying, probably won't be, but it could be. He gets to start hitting us. It makes the Liliana worse later. And I think if we just play Liliana here, well, we get to untap with Liliana and kill his Old Man of the Sea. So that's kind of the best of both worlds for us. We have our inadvertent pressure card going. Ooh, Lightning Greaves. This guy went deep. He's probably got counter target creature here. So let's play Arena while the coast is relatively clear. And it even resolved. Edict seems pretty important. All of these cards are pretty good for us here. Redcap probably being the worst. Interestingly, it's rarely true. But I mean, Disciple of Bolas sacking either Demon or Phyrexian Obliterator, drawing us a billion cards is kind of sweet. All right, he's got Moloku, gives it haste, kills Liliana. But this actually works out pretty well for us because we get to Edict Moloku, which is a big game. Oh, and even get our own if we want. Okay, Moloku down, so we can get Moloku, Old Man, or Stupid Murderous Redcap. This is interesting. I mean, getting our own Moloku seems pretty awesome. Return target wizard you control. So is a wizard, does not control. Otherwise, we're doing nothing for the turn. Yeah, hell with it. Do we play a land this turn? No? Value. All right, go. That is acceptable. So I got 5 lands total. So I can't flash back anything. So I'm just going to have to end up Doomblading anyway. So I may as well. Oh, I'm not going to be able to Doomblade. Wow. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I think I just let this happen. He's going to equip Greaves. But, yeah, this is going to be bad, actually. Visara helps. I just know he has Essence Scatter. But I also know that I don't really have a choice here. I think I'd rather be left with Visara. I think I'm attacking here. Yeah, I'm attacking. Now it's a matter of trying to manage his permanence, basically. So if I can attack, trade an illusion for an illusion and a land drop for my opponent, that's probably good for me. Yeah, he's not interested in making such transactions. He may just go flood the board here. It's not an unreasonable way to go about it. My Obliterator is quite good against that just because it doesn't care. It just gets to attack. But I don't know if I can win the race if he just goes like, make 2 spirits here, untap, make 4 spirits. Yeah, he's not going to do it. All right. That's probably better for me. That would actually have been, I think, the scariest scenario. Offhand. So maybe he's got an answer for Obliterator and that's what he wants to do. No. Elspeth. And she's going to minus Elspeth. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be tough to beat. Certainly possible. I need 2 more mana to be able to do what I actually want to do this turn, and after that I'm not going to be able to do much. So I can get back this guy, I guess, with Recurring Nightmare. Or a Demon. Demon doesn't do anything. Okay, so that's going to happen, right? I can just... Yeah, any creature. All right. Let's Fiend here and see what we can take. Time Warp. Island. All right. I'll take a Time Warp. That's actually pretty great, I think, because I think we would have been deadish in 3 turns probably if that happened. Right, so guess who's back? And go ahead. Makes a bunch of tokens with Elspeth. Has 1 unknown card. And we get to bash with Obliterator and kind of have free reign. Like, we probably just kill Elspeth here. And then I think we actually just want to find Damnation. Like, if we find a Damnation, then I think we can be okay here. Because we're going to take damage. Yeah, he's just going to start trying to race. All right, so let's Doomblade this token. Every damage is going to count here. We're going to want Visara. We might need to fire off Disciple on Obliterator to gain the 5 life and try to find Damnation. But in the meantime, he is going to kill Elspeth, hopefully. Skinrender. I guess sacking Skinrender is pretty decent here, too. So it is a little awkward. Oh, it has Shroud, right? And this targets? Oh, yeah, so he actually can't do it. That's kind of sweet. All right, let's kill Elspeth. Okay, so she's just going to die, I'm assuming. Unless his draw step was like a bounce spell or path or something like that, which would be ugh. But his plan right now is just to kill us. So we are going to go for Disciple of Bolas on Obliterator. And that will leave us with exactly 4 mana. And we are going to try to hit Damnation. Sub-ideal. So I can get back Murderous Redcap to take out a solitary soldier token, which seems not amazing. I can get back Obliterator. We're not dead here because we're at 13. So let's get this Recurring Nightmare down again and get back, I guess, the Obliterator. And this gives us chance to hit Gary, the Grey Merchant. It also lets us just redo this thing again by playing like maybe Skinrender a token and then Recurring Nightmare back Disciple. It might be too slow if we have to do it that way, though. Oh, he does have something. Never mind, he's just making dudes. Yeah, he's going to want to make a pretty big army here. But we're pretty safe this turn. Hard to imagine that we die this turn. Okay. Yep. He's got 2 lands in his hand. Five. Ugh. Moldrifter. It's pretty good. Okay. So he wants to kill us next turn, right? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, but we hit Damnation. So we got there. That's great. Very happy about this. I wonder if I can Recurring Nightmare for effect here. Does that I can get back Murderous, so I can go Recurring Nightmare, Murderous Redcap to get that thing back, ping him for 2, Damnation, and then I still get to keep the Redcap that way. That's okay. That's actually pretty decent because then I have the Redcap sitting there so that I can Recurring Nightmare the next turn. Attack with both. The Mesmeric Fiend's going to die either way. So I think this turn I'm just going to go Damnation Lifebane Zombie so that I can know what I'm playing against. Okay, he's got Cloudfin, Warp, Thassa, Island. Okay. Your move. So this should work out pretty well for us, I think. Like, he's just going to fire off his warp right here. There's no reason to hang on it. Or I guess if he wanted, he could go Thassa and then warp next turn. But I think he just wants to get that warp out of his hand. Well, I guess I was wrong. Island Raptor. And we're going to kill that. Hopefully draw our Gary at some point here. Oh, wow, Brain Maggot. Sweet. So let's play Brain Maggot. Time Warp. He's got Island. Okay, so we've got 8 mana. We can kind of do whatever we want here. One possible play is just to Chainer's Edict and just get in our attack. I think a better play would be just to play Visara. Because I don't have anything in here, right? Obliterator's fine, but whatever. Disciple is the only thing that I want to start chaining if I'm going to start chaining them, but that's not great here, I guess. I mean, I guess I do draw 3, but I'm at 10 cards left. Let's just play Visara. Doesn't have an answer for it right now, and it blocks this, so that's fine. No, it's also lethal. Okay, so let's see what he does with his Scry. Bottom. So he drew a spell. Didn't. Let's see. He's plane cycling. Yay, we win. If he plane cycling, then we win because he's got islands planes in hand. And we can flashback Chainer's Edict to sack this, and then he takes 5, 8, I guess 9 total. He didn't actually have the second white source to cast it, so that is good enough. Bye-bye. And we got there, winning with 6 cards in hand, including like a loop engine that is pretty sweet too. So that was nice. Was the deck good? It's pretty good. I mean, it certainly knew what it was trying to do. I appreciated that about it, that it had its own identity. It was a solid deck, I think. Like, it had an early game, a mid game, and a late game. It could deal with most types of threats. There were some that it couldn't. Like, if somebody played opposition, we could get locked out or something. But for the most part, we could kill all types of creatures, including ones with Shroud. We had instant speed removal. We had a little bit of hand disruption, just enough. We had card advantage. Like, the deck seemed good. I liked it. I think it was okay. It didn't feel broken. I don't know if we were like, aha, mono black, nobody knows about it, but it's pretty decent. If you guys want to find me on Twitter, Marshall_LR is where you can do so. If you want to find anything else podcast related, constructed resources, limited resources, all that stuff, you can find it at lrcast.com. We'll see you next week, guys.